I don't know if that's working or not. We will see. Is it clear, free? Because it came up kind of janky. Guess I'm gonna do all these. All right. So, well, it is Tuesday, and boy, lots has been going on. Lots. A lot of mischievous behavior. And I ain't, gonna let too much mischievous behavior go on without saying something about it, right? Without doing something about it, right? I mean, you can't really do nothing about some of this shit, but some of the stuff you can do something about. If you can just put some shit on point, it won't get done again. I've learned that. I've definitely learned that. That's why I don't mind letting motherfuckers know. I know they talking shit. I know most people out here don't realize, because I don't talk to them, that things that are said end up coming back to me. And it's all good. Appreciate you, free. So I don't say much, personally about people, because I need to have those people remain in the dark. Because when you say greasy shit and it comes back to me, I can't relinquish my resources. Then you won't say no greasy shit about me around them. I don't mind that you say greasy shit, because, like you say, if a motherfucker's talking shit about you, you must be doing something right. I know I ain't doing nothing wrong, but if I'm doing something right, if I'm making a motherfucker feel like they got to say something out of pocket about me, but they don't even want to address why I'm out of pocket with them. That's what's funny to me. If you feel like I'm a certain way to you, you're going to say some shit about me. Let's address the shit I feel about you, because that's generally where it's all fucked up at. And it is what it is. But hopefully everybody had a good Monday. Good first day of your work week, if that's, your work week. What is this? What? I don't know. It's some crazy dress that AOC has on. It's a whole bunch of writing on it or something. Sorry. I don't pay much attention to her. She irritates me to some weird lengths. Um so yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about AOC. I do have a lot to say about people that I truly believe matter, and for some I wish they wouldn't matter, but uh we got a lot of clowning going on out here, a lot of degrading behavior. um Self-degradation is one of our biggest issues. I mean, we already realize where it's coming from the other side, but when we do it to ourselves, it's so fucked up, you know. And I was talking to a brother last night, you know, someone that I generally go back and forth with online, and I've never had any reason to be personal with this brother. You know, I just noticed some things that he says online. I come back, he notices things that I say online. He comes back, but see, I'm not into that posturing shit. And I know a lot of people like to posture, and you know, you ain't gonna bring your fake machismo off on me, you know, because I'm not scared of no man out here. I'm definitely not scared of no man. You're not gonna bring that to me and make me feel like this is the way the world is, because I know it's not. You know, I sat amongst two individuals yesterday, minimum 20 years younger than me, maximum 30, which would have put one of them people at 20 years old, about 21 years old. And they got me because I was speaking the real shit to them. And we had never met before. We had only talked on the telephone. And I don't believe they were expecting me. Once again, this happens a lot. When you speak to me on the phone and then when you meet me in person, sometimes there's a surprise. I just don't look like I sound on the phone. So it was what it was. We had an incredible meeting. Turned my whole day around. Turned my whole outlook around about a lot of shit. Simply because I know as a 51-year-old man out here, I can relate with people. This is not new to me, but I know I can relate to people on all different types of levels. I knew this before I went in the door. I had no fear about going in, meeting these individuals. So when I went in and I met these individuals in person, talked to them on the phone, I sat down immediately, never moved again until I got up to take a few pictures at the end of the meeting. But I never moved. Got on my phone, drank my, juice, whatever. And we just talked. We talked about the world. We talked about politics. We talked about, they are, people of color. They are not freedmen. They are not Black Americans, but they are people of color. And they understand the dynamic with the people of color thing. They got it. They got it. Youngins got it. It's good to see youngins get it, but it's really good to see youngins get it who got a little money. They had a little money. So they got a little money backing them. And when those people get it, that lets me know that there's still some hope for this world. Because what's going to happen is it's going to be the ones who get it versus the ones who don't. Well, the ones who got the bread, that's going to be, y'all know how that goes. This all has to do with bread. So we proceeded to have a meeting, and we talked and got things hammered out, and it was a good situation. So that was a good situation for me. Like I said, sometimes you just got to take those meetings and just kind of go with it and see what's going to happen. Sometimes I like being in a meeting like that just to know if I'm still relating to who I need to relate to, because sometimes it's more in your mind that you think you're getting it, but you're not really getting it. Other people have to tell you that, and they did. They told me that everything was good. The fact that I showed up versus sending someone else or just trying to have the conversations and hammer things out on the phone, they appreciated the face-to-face. Nobody does that anymore. Nobody does the face-to-face. Everybody's on a Zoom. Everybody's on type of FaceTime, or just texting and emails, and that's how a lot of business is being transacted now. It's unfortunate. I mean, now you've got the first full week of school. The first week was some bullshit. Then, last week had Labor Day. This is the first full week of school right here in Washtenaw County, and you've already got kids being left at the bus stop. See, those type of business meetings need to stop being had on email and Zoom and who's doing this and who's doing that. That face-to-face sit down. They should have every bus driver in the district in a room, put them in a gymnasium, and let them know how important it is to make sure every single one of these kids gets picked up every day. See, nobody's paying attention to the small shit because everybody's paying attention to the big shit. Everybody's paying attention to what's going in arms and legs. Hell, I didn't even know you had the option. I'm hearing people always talk now. Yeah, I had this done and they put this in my leg. They put this in my leg. Really? And I heard other people say their arms have been numb. Like, well, why didn't they put that in y'all leg then? Well, I don't think you can do that, but I guess you can do that. I guess you can get the shot wherever you want to get the shot. But sometimes I guess things don't always happen the way they're supposed to happen, and they just happen because that's the way people make them happen. Yeah, probably most people just get it in their arm, but I'm hearing people now they getting it in their leg. Hopefully some of y'all don't get it in y'all booty, because I know y'all booties ain't real. So that's the last thing you want to do is try to get something that's supposed to help you in something that's eventually going to hurt you, because that fake booty is eventually going to hurt you. See, they haven't talked about the science of what happens to a fake booty, a Brazilian butt lift 25 years from now. They're only talking about what it looks like now. And you've seen some catastrophic situations with new Brazilian butt lifts. Just imagine what Brazilian butt lifts are going to look like in 20-25 years. 20-25 years. Okay, you out your twerking ages, you out your childbearing years. What's that Brazilian butt lift gonna look like in 20-25 years? Do you even know? I got a bug on the windshield. Your ass had to go, dog. You had to go. So I don't know, man. I'm just seeing the world try to take all off real fast now. And the world ain't ready to take off real fast. Because these same women that went out and got these Brazilian butt lifts, they still living in the same house. They still driving the same car. They still got the same problems, whether it be male or female. They ain't taking care of their kids. I don't even know what you're doing out getting a Brazilian butt lift and you got small children. You got small children, but you ain't got a Brazilian butt lift. You got bigger fish to fry. And you're not financially fit. What are you doing getting implants and you got small children? Or you might even still be in the childbearing stage where you may have another child. What happens when women have fake breasts? Can they still breastfeed? I don't even know the science on that. And would a baby want to breastfeed? You know, I mean, you got a hard piece of silicone with your baby's face pressed up against it versus that nice, soft, warm breast. Because that breast is warm from it being your body, your skin, your flesh. That silicone ain't got nothing to do with you. That silicone ain't got nothing to do with you. Or your baby. Has no connection to your baby. And can it inhibit you from breastfeeding? Do you just become a formula mom at that point because you went and got you some fake titties? Does that suppress your breast milk? Or does it have to be rerouted and shit? Either way, you shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't be doing none of this breast and butt uplifts, downlifts, whatever it is, until you done having kids. I think it's a form of child abuse. But anyway, speaking of child abuse, did you hear about that bitch in Georgia? She sat up on her desk, like many teachers do, sat up on her desk. And here we ever met. I appreciate you being on the stream. I don't know where you're coming in from. If you're here from HAPS, you're here on YouTube. I'm not sure exactly how you got here, but I appreciate you being here. Thanks for being part of the discussion. This is Covington, Georgia, where she is, at a place called Alcovy High School. You know, Covington is about half and half, black and white. You know, a lot of Georgia down there is, 70-30 or 70-20 and 10% of something else. But, this is almost a half and half city, Covington. So she felt real bold to get up on her desk and ask the class. She wasn't like standing, she was sitting. Just kind of swinging her legs back and forth like teachers do. And she asked the class, when was it okay to say the word nigger? Now, I'm not sure exactly. I know they've had a few more weeks of class and a lot of other people have, but why in your first month, let's say the first month, why are we even delving into this issue? Because she didn't say the N-word. She actually said nigger. And she not only said that, here, hold on a second. Because I know if you ain't seen it, I don't know if you've seen it or heard it. You ain't going to see it or hear, you're going to hear it. Hold on a sec. I was amazed. Before I was appalled, I was amazed. Absolutely. It takes a lot to appall me. It takes a lot to get under my skin. But I was amazed at how bold she was, because there's a little video, you can see her. Somebody's actually filming her. So they must film her a lot. She must say out of pocket shit a lot. So if you have not heard this, just there you go. I'm going to stop that.
A teacher in Newton County is now off the job after students say that she used the N-word in the classroom. The school was made aware of the allegations when video of the exchange was posted on social media. Tonight, News Edge reporter Rob DiRienzo is hearing from students who say that they want swift action.
Alexandria Boyington is an art teacher at Alcovy High School. The video we're about to show you shows her sitting on a desk in the middle of class, asking students when it's okay for her to use the N-word. Take a listen.
Then I can say no, because I got it.
It was no reason for you to say that.
Student Malik Montgomery was asking students when it's okay for her to use the N-word. Take a listen.
Then I can say no, because I got it.
It was no reason for you.
She said, say I date a black guy. Can I say nigga? You're right on it. She said, say I date a black guy. Can I say nigga? Because I got a nigga. Absolutely. You're right on it, Joe. Yeah, she probably has a black boyfriend. She says she does have a black boyfriend. but she chose to call him nigga. So we already know where she's at with it. They get into a heated argument. He no longer becomes her, no longer is her black boyfriend. He is a nigga. He's a nigga to her all the time. When they having sex, she probably calls him nigga. Fuck me, nigga. Fuck me, nigga. She probably into that type of shit. And the dude she's with knows it too. And he's into that type of shit. So welcome to the discussion, and I appreciate you being a valuable part of the discussion. It doesn't make it okay. We're not going to ask rhetorical questions this morning, though. It doesn't make it okay. It ain't never okay. You know, in my time, I've dated plenty of non-black women, whether they've been Caucasian, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. They ain't tried it. Ain't never tried it. So when it does happen, it happens because it's allowed to happen by the black man. Now I'm seeing it's becoming more fashionable for white boys to call black girls nigger when they date them. That lets you know they didn't just change. They've always said nigga. Now you one of their girlfriends, so they can call you nigga. Absolutely. They've been singing the lyrics to the songs. They've been reciting the shit in the movie scripts, shit they see on TV for years. Get over that. Get over all that. When they're in a relationship with you and they look at you as a nigger, if you ain't packed your bags already, you there for it and you approve of it. Oh, it's definitely going to get worse, Joe. It's definitely going to get worse, sir. Because there is no protection for this type of thing. You know, and I didn't play the rest of the video. They interviewed one young man right outside the and y'all gotta excuse me, I got a stuffed up left nostril, so if I'm sounding nasally, I apologize. I'm feeling it, so I don't know if I'm sounding that way. They interviewed one young man. He was actually pretty articulate for the on the spot moment. Then they caught up with some other ones. You know, they was eating in a car. You know, what'd you think about them? I was mad. Really? You couldn't just stop 30 seconds, not chew your fast food, whatever you eating, and take this seriously? Because they already look at you like a clown. That's why they doing it. See, I'm tired of reporters always running up to black people and say, hey, how did it feel for that teacher to call you nigger? Stop running up to black kids and running up to black men and women asking us how it feels for us to be called nigger. Go run ask some white folks. How does it feel that one of your brethren called out nigger in class? Stop asking black people. These are rhetorical questions. And if they're not rhetorical, you need to find out from someone else other than us why it's rhetorical. We've said enough. We've said enough. We don't need to keep telling y'all it ain't good to say nigga. Every culture, Joe, every culture can be minimized. Every degrading statement or phrase that has ever been made up about another ethnicity was created by white people. It ain't like other ethnicities sat around and created, you know, all types of degrading terms. The most degrading term of all is nigger. We know this. We know this. So they use that word to black people. But then if you find yourself in allegiance to black people, they don't have a name for you, so they just say you a nigger lover. You know, they like, oh, okay. They're a nigger, you're a nigger lover. They ain't even got to call you nothing different. They can just double down on nigger and say you a nigger lover. And then there's other degrading terms for other ethnicities, but nothing cuts as deep Nothing cuts as deep as nigger. Everybody knows this. But it doesn't hit us the same anymore because it's become so commonplace. And we, because we ain't our parents, we ain't our grandparents, we don't let people say that shit off in our face anyway. Y'all ain't heard about me getting arrested recently. So that means that ain't nobody called me nigger to my face. Or ain't nobody did something to my grandkids. That's pretty much what's going to get me arrested now. Do something to my grandkids or call me nigger right here to my face. Then you'll find out like I had to go to a court appearance and stand up and tell the judge why I hit the motherfucker in the mouth. It is what it is. Or if you've done something to my grandkids, then they got to ask, why do you have that motherfucker's balls in your hand? And why is your hand all bloody? And then I got to tell him because I cut his balls off because he did something to one of my grandkids. I have no problem with that. Yeah, I'm going to plead no contest. Yeah, we're going to go with no contest here. So that type of shit is starting to happen already, and school has just begun. It's bad enough motherfuckers ain't picking up the students with the buses. But when the students do get there with the buses, this is what happens to them. You got a teacher who should be deep in a curriculum right now. School's only been in a month down in Georgia. She should be like really knee deep in a high school curriculum. You got high school seniors. They looking to go out to class. This should not be a conversation they should be preparing themselves for. It's supposed to be the best year of their life. They senior year of high school. Now they still trying to figure out why you felt it was necessary to let everybody know you got a nigga, and you just want to start up a conversation of when is it okay to say it? Joe, my friend, you'll probably fit in real good here. You seem to understand the things the right way. I appreciate you. What I also appreciate is the fact that it's not just stopping with us and this whole when is it okay to say this? When is it okay to do this? It's not just stopping there. We're giving them the ammunition to say stupid shit. Now, it's been so long, I couldn't even tell you the last time I watched an MTV video music award show. I don't know when the last time I watched one. Now, I've seen some video music award performances, but as far as like watching the whole show, I can't really stomach that anymore. I don't even know the artists that are up for awards anymore. So, last time I was actually even remotely interested, Beyonce used to win like a lot of awards, and I think Kanye was starting to win a lot of awards. I don't know. But I'm not even interested because none of the artists I know their music are winning the awards, so it doesn't matter. What I have learned recently, though, is the culture around us now, it's now gone into these award shows. I mean, I'm not going to talk about Montero today because Montero doesn't deserve to be talked about in any great length anymore. He has become the ultimate troll, and that's okay because that's what they've sent him for. Montero has been sent here. Montero has been sent here to troll and to cause confusion in the Black collective. He has absolutely been sent here. He is not here to do any real business. Doja Cat hosted, and she said the N-word a few years ago. She hosted the VMAs. I never heard about her getting, reprimanded or called out in any ways for saying it. Doja Cat. Isn't Doja Cat non-black? Because they generally don't say anything when a black person says it publicly. They just think that's commonplace, and our dialect doesn't go any further than that. Doja Cat is non-black, if I am not mistaken. Is that correct, Joe? Doja Cat. I mean, I'm tripping that people are out here able to use this word with impunity, but it doesn't go against anybody's community guidelines. It doesn't go against anybody's programming standards. Now, if you're on the VMA and you say that, shouldn't the next slide be the views of the performers is not directly the views of Viacom or whoever owns MTV now? But I bet you they didn't put that shit up there because they didn't want to be uncool. They think it's cool for people to just sling out nigger anytime they feel like it. But if I'm not mistaken, Doja Cat is non-black. I don't believe she is black. Or does Doja Cat identify as a woman? Or is it trans? I don't know. So it is what it is. So that was a situation that I was like, damn, I thought just hearing about the buses was going to be bad enough. And then here pops up this video link sent to me. And I'm thinking to myself, they have become so emboldened, so empowered to the point where they can say this shit. And she's actually trying to rein herself in by saying, hey, it's okay, because I got a nigga. She didn't say, I date a black man, and is it okay for me to say the N-word? She could have opened it that way. She didn't open it that way. She said, when is it okay to say nigga? Say I date a black guy. When is it okay to say nigga? Because I got a nigga. Really? Really? And if we weren't so fucking entertained by a lot of this shit, you got the one person who filmed it. Why didn't they walk right out and go right to the principal's office or to the school board office, and the rest of everybody follow them out and say, we ain't sitting in this fucking class? She said it on a live chat with some whites, joking, I don't think Mexicans should use the word either. So she said that. She went live and said it as well. I'm not catching that, Joe. Because what I saw was she was in the classroom. Woo. That was deep. Yeah, what I caught was in the class. I'm trying to loosen this up. I hate being clogged up. You said she said it in a live chat with some white people joking? Yeah, I did not know that. I did not know that. Had not heard that. Don't doubt it. But now, she's not responding. And I don't understand when they get all emboldened with that, why do they go hide? Now everybody want to talk to her. They want to ask her why she did it, why she said it, but she don't want to talk to nobody. She got social media accounts. She got email accounts, personal, teacher email. She not responding to nobody. Why are you ducking and hiding now? How come you're not answering now? We want to answer you. We want to answer you, give you the response of when it's okay for you to say nigga. Me, I want to talk to your nigga. If you say you got a nigga, send your nigga to me. No, I wouldn't try it unless it's packed away in your checked baggage. And it probably needs to be properly sealed. And hopefully you're going to a reciprocating state, if that's what you're asking me. I don't believe you're asking me, can you take petunias? But the only people that I know have been safe, they have had it packed safely away in their medical containers, and it's totally sealed, and you're going to a reciprocating state where the guidelines might be low. They're not really checking for cannabis like that, if that's what you're asking me. They're not really checking for cannabis like that, cannabis or hemp. You know, they're not really checking for it. And the main reason they're not really fucking checking for it is because it's useless. It's a plant. And hopefully everybody checks out Just Another Podcast this Thursday. We're going to be talking about pot to prison pipeline. You know, because I don't believe anybody should be in prison for cannabis, i.e. marijuana, at this stage. I don't believe anybody should have ever been in prison for a plant such as marijuana, but they had to figure out a way to criminalize it. They had to figure out a way to demonize it. Most of all, they had to figure out a way to make money off of it. And they made money off of it with the judicial system. Now they're about to just make money off the plant and politicizing it. So absolutely not. Absolutely, unless you're going to a reciprocating state, going to Texas. Find you some weed there, Joe. Find you some weed there, bruh. Don't put no weed in your bags going to Texas. Yeah, buddy. Now, if you had a couple 9mm in your suitcase, you might be okay. But have a couple joints going to Texas? See you, Joe. You put an AR-15 right on top of your Bermuda shorts. He's good. Yeah. They find a seed in the corner of your suitcase. You're going down, buddy. You're going down. Yep. Just my advice. I've only been to Texas, going through Texas, so I've never, been there. But everything I've heard about Texas and their laws, they're fucked up. Now, I know people that live there, they love Texas. That's great. But I also know some people that have just caused some real stupidity in Texas dealing with the judicial system. Yeah, don't try it. Yep. You can be totally drunk and walk around with a gun down there. You good. You're a patriot. You're a Pabst Blue Ribbon gun-toting patriot. Fire up a joint on your porch. You're going down, buddy. You're going down. Oh, man. Let me see what some screens that I had. Oh, boy. So, I know that there's not a... So, let's just say it's not a direct correlation. There's an indirect correlation. Men and women both want to be loved. So, they want to have people around them for the holidays. They want to have people around them for. Thank you, Rochelle. Okay, I'm going to roll it in black and milds and keep it in plastic bag in a box. Well, here's the thing. I'm not sure why you would unwrap a black and mild if what you're going to do is you're going to do. Now, you could try stuffing your black and mild, just get all the tobacco shit out of there. And I don't know why we're going through this whole scenario, because you should be able to find weed in Texas. But if you're trying to throw off the scent of the dog by doing it with the black and mild, then that's what you're going to do. But you can take the tobacco stuff out and put your cannabis inside the black and mild. That'll throw the scent of the dog off enough. But do you even want to make it that close? Because the black and mild should actually remain in the case. You know, a lot of people pack their cigarettes and cigars and things like that and put them in their checked on bags. But, you know, you're not going to carry the stuff in as long as it's open anyway through your carry-on. But if you're talking about that type of quantity, you're not talking about probably more than an eighth, or it depends on how many black and milds you're going to stuff, maybe a quarter. It ain't worth the hassle. Find some weed in Texas, Joe. Now, if you take a couple vape pens, then you can alleviate all your problems. Just take you a couple vape pens, you'll be good to go. Some people don't like it. Some people love the real flower. I get it. It is what it is. But I was starting on talking about men and women. They like to be loved around the holidays. You know, you've got Thanksgiving. Really, you know what? Halloween has shown up recently and turned out to be a date that a lot of people start relationships on, you know, because you can do the scary houses and the hay rides. And, you know, you hear about a lot of people going out on dates for Halloween. The relationship starts. Things kick off. They're together for Thanksgiving. Things go well over Thanksgiving. They're together for Christmas. Okay. So Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. 3 holidays, you know, they are what they are. You know, I stay in a celebratory mode because of the kids at this point. I really don't do shit. Caleb goes trick-or-treating. Kai will probably go trick-or-treating for the first time this year. I don't know how it's all going to work out with this pandemic, you know? I like that trunk or treat idea, but you can't trust some of them folks now. Some of them folks is turning out to be, you know, not too safe. This ain't got nothing to do with whether you do or you don't. This got to do whether you're responsible or not. We got irresponsible folks out here. Anyways. Ladies, gentlemen, stop bringing these people around your kids. Stop bringing these people around your kids. If they're just dates, if they're just new boyfriends and girlfriends, leave your kids out of these relationships. Do not allow these people to see your children. You got individuals out here who are not worthy of your children's acquaintance. The podcast page for the All Things Cannabis is Just Another Podcast. POTCAST. Just Another Podcast. You should be able to find that easily on Facebook. P-O-T. There's a few Just Another Podcast, but there's only one Just Another Podcast. And if you see an animated image with myself and a young lady, that is me. That is us. Friedman Media 1874 is the YouTube channel. Friedman Media 1874. And you should see a bunch of videos with F1 in the background. That is us. And I don't even know what this page is called. Is this page called Brother Shannon, or is this Friedman Media too? I don't know. I think it's Friedman Media. Why are you getting personal, Joe? Motherfuckers getting mad. Motherfuckers asking them about taking the shot. I seen some shit yesterday like, that's my personal business. That's my personal business. I don't get upset when people ask me, because I did what I had to do for my kids, for my grandkids. You know, it wasn't a real personal decision, you know. My family went through, what, about 15 months before it even got close to us. And when it did get close to us, you know, it came through the channels of like the schools and the daycares, and we had some reckless behavior in our family, you know, and hopefully we're past those stages. Not in the house, not directly in the house. I mean, I went 15 months every day. I never slowed up. Never slowed up. And we never caught shit because I was careful. I was masked up. I was gloved up. Everybody was saying I was being overprotective. How can I be overprotective of my family? So it's Brother Shannon. Okay, so Brother Shannon on Haps. If you look up Brother Shannon, you can find it on Haps. I don't even know who that anonymous Facebook user is, but they asked where they can find the podcasts. I think they're talking about the Just Another Podcast. I don't know if they're talking about these other platforms. That shit is strong. Woo! Clear hit. I'm in the grocery getter, so I can't smoke no live flower. I got like 17 hemp joints because I ain't been in the car smoking because I've been in my brake line severed. I don't know exactly. Got pinched somehow, and I ain't had no brakes in my truck. Luckily, I was doing low-level driving. Low-level speed, I should say. And it fucked me up. But, yeah, we got to keep our kids away from, and keep me on track, Free. Hit me in about 58 minutes. Let me see where I'm at. Because I need to kill this in about an hour. I need to be right at an hour. Because I got to make a stop probably before 10:30. And then, excuse me. And then I'm going to do another one. But I had to get this out. I didn't clip up yesterday. You know, I watched a few things while I was moving about. And I tell you, I miss a lot when I don't watch the network news. But when I watch all these other stories and I hear about these men and women doing things to children, and then when I say keep these people away from your kids, they're killing your kids. They're killing your kids. I just read about a story that a woman, she obviously worked nights. This is another thing. Ladies, you need to be at home with your kids at night. When your kids is laying down, you need to be laying down. You don't need to be laying your kids with no other man or leaving your kids with another man. Not even another woman. Fuck all that. This goes both ways. I'm opening it up for gay people too. If a gay father has a child, don't leave that child with your boyfriend. If a gay woman has a child, don't leave that child with your girlfriend. Y'all got to be really linked up. These new relationships that are happening, and these women that are leaving their young babies, 1-year-old, I just read about it. A 1-year-old was beat, was punched, died of a lacerated liver. Have you ever heard of that? A lacerated liver because of the punishment that this little boy took. To top it all off, he also abused the little boy sexually. A 1-year-old. A 1-year-old boy. Wouldn't have made it any different whether it was a 1-year-old girl. I wouldn't have felt any better if it was heterosexual rape, heterosexual infant rape. Rape is rape. And this motherfucker was 23 years old. What 23-year-old is capable of taking care of a 1-year-old through the night? You can't show me a 23-year-old that's capable of taking care of somebody else's baby through the night. You can't show me one. There ain't one. I don't believe it. Unless they are biologically related, and that don't always give them a pass, because we got a lot of monsters in families. As you called it, Rochelle, a monster. We've got a lot of monsters right in our own families. So there's like 23-year-olds that you shouldn't even trust that you have a bloodline with. But I'm talking about a 23-year-old that you met somewhere and you brought him into your home and you took a job where you had to leave at night and you left your 1-year-old with a motherfucker who's got an extensive criminal history. An extensive criminal history. When you've got an extensive criminal history of assault and robbery and all that shit, and somebody didn't do the background check on you, or you just waiting for another chance to commit a crime. Information man, good morning to you, brother. You just waiting to commit another crime. Motherfucker was charged for choking a woman when he was 18 years old. 19, I'm sorry. 19 years old. Choking somebody. Aggravated assault. And all types of. By the time he was 18, he had been arrested. Wait a minute, let me get. Hold on a second. I'm a little fucked up here. He had been arrested 18 times. By the time he was 21 years old, he had been arrested by 18 times. And his first crime started as a teenager. How was he appealing to this woman? What have you been doing with your life besides committing crimes? That's what I'd ask. I did a background check on you. Can you answer to some of this shit? If not, you got to go. Ain't no dick in the world that good, ladies. Ain't no pussy in the world that good, fellas. If she's got an extensive, violent criminal record, you don't want her around your babies. Next. You got to go to the next one, dog. The cookie ain't that good. It ain't that good. He killed this woman's baby while she was at work. So she has no idea. She has no knowledge. I got 3 minutes before I need to get out of here. She absolutely knew he was a criminal, Shell. I got 3 minutes before I got to get out of here. Give me the best guess. If you don't know the story, don't cheat if you know the story. If you don't know the story, give me the best guess of why you think he killed this baby. It's a 1-year-old. Just tell me why you think. One person. I just need one person to tell me why you think he killed this baby. A New York man was arrested last week and charged with the killing of his girlfriend's baby after police say he admitted that he mushed the child because of his incessant crying that irked him. He killed the baby because the baby irked him. This is the language that he used. I killed that baby because he was irking me. Irking. Irking. The baby was crying. It's 1 year old. Probably not common to you because you're not the baby's mother. I have no idea where the father is. The mother has probably been the primary caregiver for the first year of its life. And she's obviously had to go to work at a shift that caused her to be out of the house in the middle of the night, and she left it with her boyfriend. First responders reportedly found the child, 1-year-old Legacy Beauford, unconscious in a bedroom inside the home and tried to perform life-saving procedures before rushing him to a nearby Bronx healthcare system. The apartment was shared by Legacy's mother, Jessica Melendez, and her boyfriend, 23-year-old Keyshawn Gordon. Detectives questioned Gordon, who was babysitting the child overnight, asking him about the extensive bruising on the child's body. Per a copy of the criminal report obtained by the Times, Gordon initially told investigators that all he did was squeeze the toddler's stomach gently, toss him up and down to try to get him from crying. Who tosses a baby up and down to try to get him from crying? See where we are? He thought that tossing a crying baby up and down in the air would keep him from crying. Or even the thought came to his head, whether he ever did this or not, because I don't believe he did. I believe he just punished this baby until the baby's little body gave out. But investigators continued to press Gordon, who eventually admitted that he punched the crying baby and sexually assaulted him. Well, that didn't take long. First you throwing him up in the air to try to comfort him to keep him from crying. Then they put a little bit more pressure on you. Fuck it. I punched him and I raped him. Okay, take me away. Really? Really? Jessica Melendez lost a baby ignorantly because she should have never left him with Keyshawn Gordon. But she's no different than millions of women around this country who do the same thing. They leave that gift. How you gonna carry around a baby for 9 months? And it's only a year old and you leaving him with a foreign motherfucker. Baby don't know that person. It's not even the baby's daddy. If she's that young to be having a 1-year-old, where's Jessica's family at? How come Jessica's mama couldn't keep Little Legacy? How come Jessica's daddy couldn't keep Little Legacy? Where is Legacy's daddy? I don't understand your contribution to the conversation. Greenstein Loud. Yeah, vapes is weak. Is that a second part of another question or a statement? Yeah, vapes is weak, but that my guy. I need to buy some consonants. No, I don't. I want to keep it going because I need to stop because I'm already over an hour. I said I was supposed to stop at an hour. And I've got like 3 other stories, but I'm not going to talk about them right now. Women leaving their children with men, men leaving their children with women, illicit, immoral, unfathomable behavior. It's bad enough that he killed this kid. It's bad enough. What was worse was that he punished that child by raping him. A little boy. He was a demon. He was a demon. How did Jessica Melendez not know this? I'm not telling y'all not to be out taking care of yourselves. You know, satisfaction is one thing. Being content, all that, I get all that. But your kids don't have to come and play all that. Your kids don't need to be a part of every relationship that you have. Hell, you don't even need to be a part of every relationship that you have, and you have them. Appreciate you, Joe. There's definitely clear patterns with these incidents. What do you feel the clear pattern is, Greenstein Loud? Brother O.L. Griffin. Elder, you ain't been around lately. I thought I might have ran you away. And I never got your tweet, your DM in the tweet. Let me see if I can put this up here. Let me see if it comes through. Oh, you know what? It'll come through if I go on Facebook. I figured that out. It won't come through if I try to do it with Haps, but it'll come through if I do it on Facebook. So let me go to Facebook. Let me know if y'all can see that pop up. Stand up and fight back. What's good with you? Long time no hear from. Let me know you can click on that, Brother Otis. Appreciate you always coming up in here. Even if you don't say nothing, you bring wisdom to the room. You bring wisdom to the room. I know you are. You stay in the library. You stay in the library. As Michael Evans would say, the library. The smartest one in the family, he couldn't even say library. He said library. Where you find that at, Michael? In the library. I'm like, I know why John Amos quit the show. I know why John Amos quit the show. Said, fuck it. I'm up out of this bitch. You got the one that's supposed to be going to law school. He can't even spell library. He said library. At the library. Did you see the link, Brother Otis? You said on Facebook. I put it right in the chat. I put the link right in the chat. Can nobody see that link? I can see it. I think a lot of parents get over their kids once the kids aren't babies anymore. I think a lot of children are not their parents' heart. You know, they always say, that's my heart when they're young. But you don't hear that same tone once they get a little older. That's my heart. You love them because you can dress them up and they can't talk back. And whatever that bullshit you feeding them, they can't say that they don't like. That's when you love them. When they start talking back, start telling you that they don't like this raggedy shit you've been cooking, and they just want some shoes that light up and not no hard-ass Air Force Ones, now they not your babies no more. Get your kids some goddamn PJ Masks shoes that light up. Stop getting these motherfucking kids fucking snakeskin fucking Jordans. Kids don't want that shit. You want that shit, you dumb motherfuckers. And get your kids some hard bottom shoes early in their life. It's time for Caleb to get a suit. I know he's growing, but he ain't never had a real suit before. He needs some hard bottom shoes. His feet can't be in gym shoes for the rest of his life. He got to understand, at some point, you got to dress up, boy. And they done fucked up the game so much. You got grown-ass men wearing suits with gym shoes. They done fucked the game up. It's not even fashionable to be dressed up all the way anymore. You wear a nice-ass suit, and then you got some goddamn sneakers on. Nigga. There you go, free. Stride rights. Get your boy some hard bottom shoes. Crazy shit. So that's pretty much it for this one. I got to kind of make up for yesterday. Wow. Yeah. I done seen so much foolish. Like I said, I couldn't bring Montero up on the post today. I really couldn't. Maybe we'll talk about him next one, but not on this one. Because when I do talk about him, I'm going to have to talk about Nick Cannon. Maybe Nick Cannon is just living his best life because he's on his last life. They say Nick Cannon has a life-threatening disease, but I didn't think he was sick. But he's doing some shit like he's sick. He's doing a lot of different shit. He's like on one side of the coin one day, he's on another side of the coin the other day. Now he's dressing all wild and crazy. I don't give a fuck about him having all them kids, man. Nick Cannon financially fit. He can bust them babies out he want. And if them women are stupid enough to keep having babies by him and not get taken care of, which I don't believe he does not take care of his kids. I think he takes care of his kids. My thing is, and that's financially, I don't believe that he can be there for all of his children. It's just too many goddamn kids in too many different spaces. I don't think he can be there for his kids mentally, spiritually, and physically. Monetarily, he might be able to do it. Now they talking about that shit was a joke with him doing that double wedding. That's bullshit. I don't give a fuck if it's a joke or not. It's a bad look. Go get that school, man. You got all that money to get that school. Go get that school. You ain't got no time to be joking about being wedded with two women. And I don't know why they brought that little girl into it. That should be child abuse right there. That should be considered child abuse. That little girl didn't have nothing to do with that. That ignorance of them three adults. Umar and whoever them two hoes were, fuck them. They don't need to be joking about now. Umar is fucking at least $1 million in the hole. Umar is at least $1 million in the hole and ain't got a motherfucking school for shit. But now he up here doing mock fake weddings and shit like that. If you don't sit your clown ass down, nigga. If you don't sit your clown ass down, the Prince of Pan-African is, yeah, okay. If your ass had a motherfucking feds behind your ass about that $1 million that you done pocketed and lost in the casinos and shit, and I think you fucking with that booger sugar, yeah, you ain't gonna be the Prince of Pan-Africanism. You gonna be the Prince of Panic Attacks, nigga. Let the feds get after your ass about all that money you done took. Bitch ass. Information, man, don't you know I know it? You don't take care of your own babies. Now you're gonna put somebody else's baby in your picture. Is that the next baby you ain't gonna take care of? Is that the next women you ain't gonna take care of? Hey, I done heard him sniffling kind of suspiciously before, and I don't think it was colds. And I'm sorry, ain't nobody who's the Prince of Pan-Africanism gonna be caught in a casino talking about we about to put this on the 11. This is gonna get us to school. This gonna what? You out here asking for money, and you in a casino to finance a school that you don't ask for money for already? That's got dope headedness written all over it. Dope headedness. It's all right. We just gonna keep clowning. We just gonna keep clowning. We gonna keep doing the dumb shit. And I get it. I get it, because ain't nobody stopping us from doing the dumb shit. They like us to clown. They like us to minimize ourselves. And that's why a teacher can sit on her desk and say, when is it okay to say nigger? Because I got a nigger. And she's not even fired. She's only on administrative leave. She's on administrative leave. She got an extension on her vacation. She got an extension on her vacation. And if she is forced out, they'll let her resign before they fire her so she can go get another teaching job. See, if she gets fired, now it comes up in her background and she resigns. I just didn't feel like teaching there anymore. It's a big difference between resigning and termination. We talked about this hundreds of videos ago. White people resign, black people get fired all day long. But it is what it is. Appreciate y'all for the discussion today. Everybody who's been in here. You know, I don't think it goes to YouTube, Brother Otis. Let's try something. Since we are here and all friendly and all, and I'm about to get off here, let's try this. Because then I'll know where I can put the chats. Because if you're on YouTube, Brother Otis, I got a live going. Okay, that's the live. Since we are here and all, let me turn that down because that's on a little delay. I'm putting it in the YouTube chat. Let me see if it comes across. There it is. If you on YouTube, Brother Otis, you've been over here commenting like crazy. I got to get in that YouTube chat when I'm in the car. That's where all y'all at. Appreciate y'all. Man, I missed a lot of stuff. It wasn't coming through you, coming through apps. You said Nick is stuck on the Mecca car ride. So yeah, I just put it in on the YouTube side. So if I put it in on YouTube, it'll come all the way through to Haps. It'll bypass Facebook, but ain't that many people watching on live on Facebook anyway. Most of them are YouTube apps. We'll get it right. So that's all. That's why I wanted to see that. I'm learning this shit as I go along. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. So. Uh-oh. But yeah. All I wanted to say this morning, and it wasn't much, I'm questioning our sincerity out here. You know, when will we stop? When we stop all the self-hate, the self-degrading, when is all the bigotry gonna stop? I mean, I know channels gotta really change out here for stuff to be better for us. I watched all that nonsense. Information man, boy, y'all got the president out there. I'm not sure if the president helped Gavin Newsom or not. He got out there talking cash shit. And I'm like, oh, don't say it. Don't do it. Had to bring up Kamala. I guess the president don't know. People really don't like Kamala. I guess the president really don't know that people don't like Kamala. That maybe he is the only one that likes Kamala. Kamala was in 7th place when he decided to join the race, and he was in 4th place and was given the nomination. I mean, think about the people that were the first 3 places when they was in South Carolina. Joe was in 4th place when they went and had fish with Jimmy Clyburn. Kamala was in 7th, dropped out of the race. And that's who your president and your vice president is. 4th and 7th place. And you don't understand why the country is where it's at now? Y'all be good. I'll holla at you.